Now, she was gracious enough to stay. I want to go back to the Congresswoman Kat Cammack of the great state of Florida. I would be remiss if we didn't get your immediate response to that.
Well, down in the South, what we would say, Harris, is bless his heart. He has struggled. I don't know if you can hear me, but I just said, bless his heart. You know, as you said, this is no surprise to see Prime Minister Trudeau's resignation. This has been a long time coming. He has been championing Canada, America, much like here in America, America last. He's been Canada last in terms of policies, and Canadians are sick and tired of it. You mentioned the border situations that we have in Ottawa. We know of terrorist cells that have been discovered in Ottawa that have posed a national security threat to Americans. We have trade disputes, whether it is lumber disputes, potatoes. We have a number of commodities that we have struggled to actually work to negotiate a favorable trade deal. And so I think you're seeing a realignment happening in Canada, much like other places of the world, where the people of that nation are sick and tired of tyrannical rule. Look no further than what happened to those truckers when they spoke out against Canadian policies and their bank accounts were seized. This is truly a global realignment of putting the sovereign nation first. And I think we have President Donald Trump to thank for that, because as you mentioned, and what Prime Minister Trudeau failed to recognize, was he had gone to Mar-a-Lago. And I think he sat down across the table from President-elect Donald Trump and said, you know, I don't think I'm qualified to handle this. And I think that that's why we're seeing him exit stage left.
Interesting. All right. All of that in play. And it is part of our national security. It's critically important that the countries that border us have people that we can talk to. So let's see what happens next in Canada. We'll watch it. But meanwhile, let's talk about national security. I may be the only person saying this today, but when I woke up this morning and realized how close we are now that the 119th Congress has been seated, that the U.S. Senate can start to consider those nominees that President-elect Trump wants, it's a matter of national security that he starts to get his people in place quickly. So tell me about what it's like on the Hill today in terms of the talk about putting those people together. I know you have friends in the Senate.
Yes. You know, like I said, it may be cold outside, but it is hot inside. And on Capitol Hill, there is a buzz and there is an energy. And everyone who I have talked to feels very confident that Donald Trump's cabinet members will be seated quickly. We recognize the urgent situation that we have now been left with because of 4 years of America last and of weakness. And so I have great confidence that we will get Pete Hegseth as our DOD secretary. I think you will see Tulsi Gabbard. I think you will see RFK. I think you'll see Kristi Noem for DHS. I think you will see these folks. They will get seated immediately and confirmed, because we recognize collectively as Americans the dangerous, precarious situation that we have been left in. The world is on fire. We need strong leadership. We cannot delay. And if you look back to the first administration compared to how this one is operating now under Donald Trump, he is on the ball. His entire team, they are aggressive and they're getting in front of it now. There will be no time to waste, and senators are ready to get to work in the Republican Senate.
Well, I appreciate your time. I know that the moment is urgent right now. Thank you for being with me on the breaking news about our neighbor to the north. Congresswoman, thank you.
Appreciate you.